Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host of the UFC Forecast. Got the co-host Loaf, and he's a new father as of last night.
Yes,
so everybody comment below. Wish him the best. And yeah, he went 8 for 11 last week. He's on fire right now. 3 in a row, dog of the week, Loaf.
Lost my lock streak, though.
Lost the lock streak. He almost had 8 in a row again.
I knew something fuck was whenever I went 5 for 5 in the main card, I was like, Simone's gonna lose this. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna go this good on the main card. I knew something had to fuck me, and it was that. So, but I mean, yeah, 3 underdogs were great. Padilla got good, and so did Waters. No one really expected Waters, but Waters did unreal, and so did Jourdain. So Jourdain, Padilla, and Waters were a good 3 to pick.
So it's a big week for Loaf this week. We got another pay-per-view. New father. You have a baby girl.
That's gonna give me the luck this week.
It's gonna give him the luck. So everybody stay tuned. He has 3 locks. I have 3 locks. Make sure you smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. Once we had 500 subscribers, we're doing a $500 giveaway. Let's do a really quick recap, Loaf. I'm pumped for this pay-per-view card.
Yeah.
We have 3 disagreeing once again, and the 3 we disagreed on last week, you had all of them right. Yeah. And Waters was an underdog. Jourdain was an underdog.
So was Padilla.
And so was Padilla, man. Those were 3 big underdogs that you hit.
I had Padilla for the finish, too. I didn't know if it was going to be knockout or sub, but he came in with hard with those hands, man. His accuracy looked unreal, and he got a roast out of there quick. I think it was less than a minute, wasn't it? A minute and something?
Yeah, it was real quick. His hands were sharp as fuck.
Really,
like you said, the Mexicans are coming to play, man.
Yeah, and Jourdain, I knew Jourdain was going to be playing that wrestling a lot. He got a lot of takedowns, managed to just keep Johnson off the striking, which was good. And Waters, man.
Yeah, so my lock of the week.
A lot of people
Quinlan.
had Quinlan, and they really underestimated Waters, man. I knew since he had experience with Bonfim and stuff, he'd be doing well. Didn't go down to the ground really once. He actually stood on the feet with Quinlan and worked him with that jab and worked him with the reach, so it worked out good.
Yeah, so my lock of the week, I have to do a shoey, but I haven't been feeling great. But I'll take a big shot of Pink Whitney for the show here. Quinlan, I had him lock prop for KO, man, and yeah, he looked like shit. Unanimous decision win for Waters, looked really good, and he was really big for that division.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's 4 shoeys in a row, 5 locks missing. I need to fucking do something different, and we look back, man, and I think it's some Mango Monsters. So we put 2 Mango Monsters on the table. I'll take this big dirty shot. Loaf, you keep telling them about last week.
So, yeah, Jamie Lynn Horth, I mean, we expected that finish. She couldn't get it done in a finish, but she did get the win. I mean, it was actually a half-close fight, but she managed to get it done. McGee, we did not expect McGee. McGee came out hard with a submission in that fight, and I mean, wow, he looked really well. Newson, I just don't think is UFC caliber. He shouldn't be in the UFC.
Yeah, I agree.
So that just proved it right there, I believe.
And Edgar,
a lot of people had Edgar.
By sub too.
So did we. We had Edgar, but I mean, wow, Alexieva. I mean, she got it done with no problem.
And it was like the 4th knee bar.
Maybe she is the new Ronda. Who knows?
Yeah, 4th knee bar in women's MMA or something like that.
But then the rest were pretty good. Division. The rest, I got 7 straight after that. We went Jourdain, Boudet.
Yeah, our underdog props, Loaf. My locked underdog prop for the Patreon members only was Cody Jourdain because I was low confident.
Decision, though.
By decision, yeah, because I was low confident on Charles Johnson. And he cashed. It was $275 on Betway. And your underdog prop for Patreon members was Padilla by finish. So
that one hit big.
That one hit big as well. So both our underdog props hit, but our lock props didn't hit. Yeah. You had Kai Hallow by decision. But on the Platinum picks, you had submissions. So I mean, if the Patreon members looked on the Platinum picks, you were high confidence for the submission. So not sure why the lock prop was decision.
I don't know why I switched it up halfway through the week there. I shouldn't have switched it up. Should have stuck with poor Hollow decision. Yeah, I mean submission.
Unfortunately, like I said, Yadong Song, if he was going to win, it was going to be that knockout.
And he found it.
And he eventually found it, unfortunately.
I mean, Simone just struggled, man. He couldn't get the takedowns on Song. That's his biggest thing, his ground game, and he just couldn't get takedowns, man. And that's when I knew he was in trouble. So, yeah, it is what it is. And
the only other thing to mention from last week was the Looney luck. It was 3 for 4, and you said take Quinlan off,
and put Waters in. Yeah, and it would have won, too. Would have been worth more money.
Cody Jourdain was on there, Padilla and DeLima. The Looney said all those people were going to win.
Yeah.
It went 3 for 4, so it was pretty close. We said we were going to amp it up a bit and use a toonie, so we got the toonie here, and we already picked out 4 fights that we're going to flip the coin on. So let's get right into these prelims, Loaf. UFC 288, Prudential Center, New Jersey. And first fight of the night's Daniel Santos and Johnny Munoz, and I think we're disagreeing and flipping the coin on this one.
We are disagreeing on this one.
I'm going with the Brazilian Daniel Santos. 6 knockouts. He has a striking advantage in this fight, and he has a 57% takedown defense. And if he gets taken down, he's good at the scrambles. I think he's going to get out of it. Potentially find a knockout against Johnny Munoz, who got knocked out against Tony Gravely. Had a decision loss against Nate Maness. Yeah, I just think he has some low-level wins. He is a BJJ black belt, but pretty close fight. Not going to bet it, that's for sure. You're going Munoz, aren't you?
I'm going Munoz, man. I think he's actually well-rounded, and last time me and Ryan did take Ludovic Shalinian against him, and he managed to pull that one off.
As an underdog, too, I believe.
Yeah, he was as well. So, I mean, he knows how to win as an underdog. His height and reach is a little bit more, so he's going to be the bigger guy in there. But Daniel Santos did have a nice win over John Costenda last time.
Yeah, he has good hands.
I just feel like Johnny Munoz won't be finished by Santos. I feel like Johnny Munoz is going to edge this one out on decision, just like he did Shalinian. So I'm going to go Johnny Munoz decision.
And let's flip the coin on it. Well, it's going to be a toonie this time.
You want to call it?
I'll go heads Daniel Santos.
Oh, shit, that went right between my fingers. That was cool.
Reflip.
You said heads Santos?
Yeah, heads Santos.
Heads it is.
Okay, Daniel Santos, first one. So after going 3 for 4 last week, let's see if we can go 100% this week. If not, 3 for 4 again.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll change one because Loaf wanted to change Quinlan last week, and we potentially change one on this one this week too. So
next up, we got Joseph Holmes versus Claudio Ribeiro.
And this is my first lock of the week. I'm going Claudio Ribeiro, lock of the week, number 1.
I 100% agree. Joseph Holmes, I mean, he's not.
He has a height and reach advantage, but he's definitely hittable.
His hands and his power is not really up to Claudio Ribeiro's. I mean, it's just not up to it. Like and I don't think he'll be able to get Claudio down and sub him. I just can't see it happen. I think Claudio will pop right back up if anything. So I'm gonna go Claudio Ribeiro to get this one done, most likely by a KO TKO.
Well, Claudio has 100% takedown defense. I don't think he gets taken down here.
No, exactly.
And all 10 wins are by KO, so I'll be looking for the KO prop for sure. Joseph Holmes. He got finished against Junyun Park by submission. He has no knockout losses, but he has a bad decision loss to Jamie Pickett. I can't see him winning this fight. I don't think he's that great, and I don't know if he's UFC caliber. This is definitely a good test for him against Claudio Ribeiro coming off that loss to Abdul Razak Al Hassan, but Al
Hassan's good. Yeah.
And he was super hungry for that win too, right? And those were 2 big heavy hitters. I think Claudio's going to have a lot of power and find that knockout in this fight. First lock
he's definitely going to bounce back, I'd say.
Let's get it, my first lock. Out of 3.
Next up, we got another one of Ryan's locks.
Yeah, number 2.
Rafael Estevam versus Zhalgas Zhumagulov. I don't know how you say that name, but I gave it my best shot anyway. But yeah, this one's pretty well. This one's way off. Like I'm not even going near the side of Zhalgas. I'm going Rafael Estevam.
Judges don't like him either, man.
Rafael, man, like people said, he's younger, he's hungrier, and I just don't see him losing to a guy like Zhalgas. So I gotta go with Rafael Estevam. How many finishes he got, Ryan? You must have it there.
4 knockouts and 3 submissions. The rest are 4.
He most likely finds the finish then on an older Zhalgas. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take him just to win at $1.60, but I think the finish is definitely live for Rafael.
Zhalgas, he's 1-5 in the UFC. Like I said, judges don't like him. He's gonna be diving for legs. He looks desperate. And the 5 losses, 4 of them are decisions in the UFC, so he's likely going the distance and losing.
I believe they're just lining him up to get kicked out of the UFC here.
Yeah.
Against a guy against like Rafael, he's gonna lose, and he's gonna be out of
See,
UFC.
Zhalgas is super tough, so I can see it being another dominant decision win for the newcomer here.
Yep.
He's undefeated. He has fought some pretty good competition, and I think he's going to beat a guy in Zhalgas who is going to have no luck on the judges' scorecards. And Estevam also averages 4 takedowns. I think he can get this to the ground and control this fight everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's definitely my second lock of the week.
You can tell he's a big jiu-jitsu guy. He's got the jiu-jitsu tattooed right over his heart.
Yeah, I think the finish is totally live, but I think it likely goes the distance. Zhalgas is very tough, and like I said, 4 of the 5 losses in the UFC were decisions.
Next up, we got Ikram Aliskerov versus Phil Hawes, and I know Joseph is siding. Well, he's kind of with Phil Hawes a bit, and
I don't know what to do here, Loaf.
I mean, Phil Hawes is really good. He's a really good wrestler and stuff like that. But Ikram,
Division 1 national champ.
Ikram, I have to go with him, man. I mean, this guy, his only loss comes to Khamzat Chimaev, and Khamzat Chimaev couldn't take Ikram down on that fight. That's why he was forced to TKO him. He couldn't get him down. So I got to go with Ikram, man. I think he's going to come out with a big debut here, and I think he's going to finish Phil Hawes. I really do. So I'm going to go Ikram. All 4 of Phil Hawes' losses come by finish. So I got to go Ikram Aliskerov by finish.
Askerov's method to victory for me would be the submission. He averages 7 takedowns. Phil Hawes, he's finished in every loss. But I think he's going to hit heavy here. The knockout's definitely live for Phil Hawes, and like I said, he's a good wrestler. I don't know if he's going to get taken down against Ikram. The last Russian that you were super high on and locked in was Hussein Askabov.
Hussein, yeah.
And I'm just having a weird feeling about this one again. Phil Hawes, people have been counting him out. Yeah, this is a very close fight. I wouldn't bet this fight, that's for sure. I'm just going to sit back, relax, eat some popcorn, drink some beer. I'm just having some Hussein Askabov flashbacks, and I don't like this fight at all. And next up, we got my underdog of the week, 240, Braxton Smith. He's 5-1 in all 5 wins by knockout in the first round. And he's fighting Parker Porter, who just fought 2 months ago to Justin Taffa.
And got KO'd in the first round.
And got KO'd in the first round very quick. And this is a quick turnaround. I don't like it for Parker Porter. And he's a big favorite now. And I know he has high output and he has looked good. And he brings a different style fight every time. But, 2 months turnaround, I don't like it. Braxton Smith's going to hit way too hard. I'm taking the underdog money here, Loaf. By knockout, too. And he said his mother was getting him into the UFC and stuff like that. She passed away, so she's going to be watching him at this fight here in his debut. This is a big fight for him.
It was his mom's dream for him to make it to the UFC, and I feel like now he's got the chance. He's not going to let it go. I think 240 is way too high for him. I think it should be probably $1.90, $1.90 fight. Should be about even.
He hits like a truck, man.
I watch his highlights, man. He does hit like a truck. He's a big boy, solid. I doubt he'll get put out too easy. The only loss was Chase Sherman, but that was 10 years ago when Chase Sherman was actually really good. So I got to go Braxton Smith, man, for the knockout. I believe he finds it pretty early, round 1.
Yeah, make him my underdog of the week. Last week, Jamie Lynn Horse, she was 195. She dropped to a favorite. But I expect Braxton Smith to say underdog money all week. Grab it, knockout when it comes available. Let's get it. And make sure to smash the like button, suplex the subscribe button. Like I said, once we hit 500 subscribers, we're doing a $500 giveaway. Make sure you join our Discord. It's absolutely free. We're going to post the locks and dogs in there. We also have a few free bets in there. And if you join the Patreon for $5 a month, exclusive and early access to all of our bets, you get some channels opened up in Discord. So let's get it going. UFC forecast. We're making money. Lowe's been on a 2-week streak here, doing very good. Only lost 5 fights in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Only 5 picks wrong in the last 2 weeks. So here we go. We're going to finish off these prelims. And we got Marina Rodriguez, Virna Jandiroba. I can't pronounce your last name.
That's a hard one. Jandiroba?
Jandiroba?
I think that's what it is.
You're onto something there. And she's a dog, man. She's gritty. But I really like Marina Rodriguez in this one. She has 2 wins over Rebaz and Dern, 2 girls that Virna lost to. I think Marina keeps this on the feet. She's going to be the much cleaner striker and gets this done by a decision.
I think Marina's got this one.
And they're both Brazilian, too.
Yeah. I think Marina's got this one, too. Virna, I mean, the only thing I was kind of nervous about was that she's got 13 subs, but Marina's never been subbed in her career. Yeah. So I don't think Virna is going to find it against her. I think it's going to be a decision fight. Virna's also tough, and so is Marina. So I think it's going to go to decision. I think Marina Rodriguez is going to edge it out on the scorecards. So I'm going to take Marina Rodriguez, $1.66 for it to win.
And that's my third lock of the week, and they're all Brazilian, my locks. Claudio Ribeiro, Rafael Estevam, and Marina Rodriguez. I'm going 3 Brazilians, 144, 155, 166.
All 11 cents difference.
11 cents in the difference. 3 locks of the weeks for me. I think they all hit Loaf. Yeah. I'm going to be back on a streak after this week alone. It's going to be a big pay-per-view for me. And hopefully I'm 3 dogs in a row too. And next up we got Khaos Williams and Rolando Bedoya. And Bedoya is 340 and he's 14-1. You mentioned he's a good underdog.
I mean,
looking into
he's
him,
not like now that I looked into it a bit more. I do think Williams, but he is a decent underdog. I mean, a 340, 14-1. I mean, that's a pretty good price for a 14-1.
Yeah.
I mean, he may be able to. Who knows? He may be able to hold through and go to a decision with Williams, and maybe edge it out on scorecards. But when it comes to a finish, I cannot see Rolando finishing Williams.
No, definitely not.
All 3 of Williams' losses come by decision, and Williams is a powerhouse. So I'm going to go Khaos Williams to get this done inside the distance. I think it's going to be a finish for sure. Rolando is just, like I said, he's stepping in against UFC caliber. So I'm going to go Williams.
Very tough debut fight, too.
Yeah, that's crazy tough.
Yeah, Khaos Williams hits super hard, real power. 4-2 in the UFC. I don't see him losing this fight. He has 7 KO wins. I can definitely see the knockout in this fight, if
Yeah.
not a unanimous decision win against the newcomer. Bedoya, who does have 3 knockouts, 3 submissions, but lower level competition, I don't see him winning this fight at all. And he's also from Peru.
I wouldn't even go inside the distance, man, because I don't think there's any way Williams gets a submission on Rolando. I think it would just be a knockout.
Yeah, he only has the 1 submission win. Submission would be a fluke.
Big
or
fluke.
Like far-fetched. Definitely not play the knockout prop for Khaos Williams. He hits hard and he has real power.
Next up, we got Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Nzechukwu or something versus Devin Clark. And I'm going Kennedy, man. I mean, he's on a 2 KO run. And Devin Clark, I mean, he's one of those fighters that he does do half well, but I find he slows down later in the rounds. And I mean, this guy, he's got a 8-inch reach advantage. Yeah. Kennedy, a huge reach advantage,
and huge height advantage.
Yeah,
too.
He's just a way bigger fighter, man. Younger fighter, he's hungrier. I think Kennedy's gonna get this done, no problem here, and go for 3 TKOs in a row. So I'm gonna go Kennedy for KO TKO.
Yeah, Kennedy beat Carlos Ulberg by KO too. That was an impressive win.
And Ion Cutelaba.
Ion Cutelaba in his last one. He has an 80% takedown defense. He's going to need it against Devin Clark because Clark had a big win in his last one against Dow.
If Clark can even get inside close enough to take him down, the 8-inch reach.
Yeah, exactly, right? Dow and Jun, though, got inside and knocked out Kennedy Nzechukwu. But MMA math, it doesn't always work out. I think Kennedy Nzechukwu is definitely the play. Knockout is another live prop here. Some knockout kings are coming to play, I think, on the pay-per-view here, UFC 288. Devin Clark, though, he stole some fights as an underdog, and I hope he doesn't steal this one because I'm feeling like putting some money on Kennedy Nzechukwu, man. That reach and height advantage, but he's just a slow starter. That's the only thing that I'm hesitant on. You know, he usually comes in the 2nd, 3rd round, comes hungrier. The first round, you know, it's pretty.
That's when Devin Clark
sketchy.
starts to slow us down. Is in the 2nd and 3rd, so that's why I like Kennedy for this.
Yeah, Devin Clark is very good in the first round. I can definitely see him getting some takedowns, but Kennedy in the 2nd and 3rd round, I can see him winning it by a decision or a knockout for sure.
Next up, we got a real banger. We got Drew Dober versus Matt Frevola, and this is one me and Ryan have also kind of been back and forth on.
Yeah,
This one is sketchy, man.
Hopefully Drew Dober's chin can hold up because eventually, man, it's not going to hold up and he's just going to drop, right? And Frevola has that power.
Did we say this was a coin flip one?
Yeah.
I think we did.
Let's flip the coin, see what it says.
But
someone's getting knocked out in this fight. That's what I'm predicting.
But if I will just say the predictions first, I got to side with Drew Dober, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been on it. His last 3 fights
Knocked
have
out
all
Bobby.
been knockouts.
Knocked out Terrence, and Terrence knocked out Matt Frevola.
Yeah.
But I said, MMA math doesn't always work out. So.
And Drew Dober's one of those guys that he'll take a bunch of shots and still manage to pull through and get a knockout at the end of it. Yeah. And Matt Frevola, I mean, he has been knocked out twice, right? So I got to go with Drew Dober on this one, man. I think if he does get tagged by Matt Frevola, he'll weather it and pull out and be able to come back hard with a knockout against Matt Frevola. So I'm going to go Drew Dober, KO, TKO.
Yeah, I agree. Drew Dober's more durable in this fight. Last 3 wins, all by KO. I think he's hungry to get up in maybe top 5, top 10 competition. Frevola's kind of down there, still working his way in, but, you know...
It was impressive last time against Ottman as a turn.
It was impressive. Knockout could be live in this fight because Drew Dober's chin, it can't hold up forever, but I got to go with the boy, Drew Dober. Find another knockout, 4 in a row. He gets this one done. Frevola was knocked out against Terrence, and that wasn't a good luck.
I'm going to go tails Drew Dober.
All right. Hopefully you're right because I agree.
Tails it is.
Nice. Because Drew Dober's the pick for both of us too, so we didn't really have to flip the coin. But
I didn't want to go heads too because everybody calls heads, man. Like people just expect you to call heads, right? There's like a big theory out there where the heads weighs a little more than the other side. And that's why it always goes on heads.
Well, I predicted heads, and the head said Santos. Now tails is saying Dober. We got 2 out of 4 for the Looney Luck parlay. And now we're on to the main card loaf. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't yet. Suplex the subscribe button if you're new. And first up, we got Kron Gracie back after 4 years away. And he's fighting Charles Jourdain from Quebecois, Canada. And this fight, you know, Kron Gracie's only path to victory would be that submission loaf. All 5 wins by sub. And his loss was against Cub Swanson. He was shooting for desperate takedowns. And after 4 years, he opened up a gym. He's been working on the hands, but I don't think it's going to be enough against Charles Jourdain, who has a lot of knockouts there and only has 1 decision win. I'm leaning Charles Jourdain for that finish. I definitely don't think it's going to be the submission. This is another one where the knockout is definitely live, Charles Jourdain.
Yeah.
But, you know, if it's not a knockout, it's a unanimous decision win because Kron Gracie's been gone for too long.
I got Jourdain as well, man. I feel like Kron Gracie it's too long of a layoff.
Yeah.
Jourdain has been pretty active in the UFC so far.
Yeah.
And Jourdain's no stranger to the ground, too. Jourdain's got 4 submission wins himself.
But he got subbed to Julie LaRosa, which is not a good look.
No, it's not a good look. But
so
I mean,
that's what's worrying me, but I think he keeps it on the feet here.
I think he should be able to keep it on the feet, too,
Yeah.
man. Arosa's good when he gets you on the ground. Like I said, a guy like Kron Gracie that's been gone for 4 years, it's just going to be hard to get the rhythm in there.
Yeah, he has trouble getting the fight to the ground, Kron, so...
And he better get it there quick, because Charles Jourdain is a really good striker. Very good striker. So I got to go with Jourdain to get this one done. I'd say he will KO TKO him. If it does go late, I feel like Kron may be able to find a takedown at one point, and that will be a problem. So I feel
he only has 25% takedown accuracy, so...
Yeah, that's only one fight he tried.
Two fights, I guess.
Two, yeah.
He submitted Alex Caceres in his debut in the UFC, which... Not a bad look, but that was an early Leroy Caceres.
And another thing that worries me is Kron Gracie absorbs almost 9 strikes a minute.
Yeah, he gets hit a lot.
That's bad. If he gets hit a lot and he gets hit by Charles, I don't feel like he'll last long.
Yeah, Jourdain's high volume, 8 out of 13 wins by KO. I'm leaning KO for Charles Jourdain.
Yeah. Charles Jourdain's obviously the pick. I'm just going to take it money line. I don't know if it's going to be decision or KO, so Charles Jourdain money line. Next up, we got my second lock of the week. We got Movsar Evloev versus Bryce Mitchell. I'm going Movsar, man. I mean, this guy's an animal when it comes to decisions. He loves winning by the decisions.
His last 6, all decision wins.
He doesn't get finished, man. He's obviously not. He's 16-0. He's never been finished or decision for that matter. Bryce Mitchell just coming off that loss to Ilya. I feel like it's going to be in his head a bit.
It's definitely in his head, man.
I don't feel like he'll be able to take down Movsar, man. Movsar has very good takedown defense. His striking is very, very good. So I got to go Movsar Evloev. I got to go Movsar Evloev to get this done. I'd say most likely by unanimous decision.
Yeah, another decision win for Movsar. Bryce Mitchell, yeah, it's definitely in his head that last fight.
Yeah.
He went off a bit. But the Arkansas wrestler, he's not bad. He isn't that bad at all. But, you know, when he's fighting another wrestler that averages a lot of takedowns, he's definitely not going to win, though.
No, Movsar puts it high volume.
Yeah, super high volume.
Good pace.
He doesn't have bad hands either. He has 3 knockout wins, 4 submission wins, but he usually dominates by a decision. 140, definitely a good lock of the week for you.
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell, this is going to be a very tough fight for him. And next up, we got another Brazilian loaf. I'm going all Brazilians on this card. Jessica Andrade against Yan Xiaonan. And Andrade, she's good everywhere. It's 9 knockouts, 8 submissions, 7 decisions, but her last fight against Erin Blanchfield, who I think is going to be on the title run here soon.
No, for sure.
She just got submitted in the second round. Didn't have much to offer in that fight.
Erin Blanchfield even was doing good on the feet against her.
She was, yeah. Yan Xiaonan, she's had a little break since fighting Mackenzie Dern. That was a majority decision. And
you said she got 2 losses by KO, Yan?
Yan only has the 1 knockout loss, and it was to Carla Esparza, which is not a great look.
That isn't. Carla does not have heavy hands.
Does not have heavy hands, so I'm kind of thinking Jessica Andrade KO.
Yeah.
She needs a big win here after that Erin Blanchfield fight.
Yeah. And there's nothing really more for me to add to that. I got Jessica Andrade for KO, too. I mean, that's the play. She's got heavy hands. People know that by watching her, so I'm going to go Jessica Andrade for the KO TKO.
Yeah, I think she gets it done. Team Alpha Male, though, is doing good. That's where Yan Xiaonan's training at. Yunong Song got it done last week, but I don't think they're having success this week against Jessica Andrade. I'm going all Brazilians.
Next up, we got this is definitely a coin flip one too, but
give me the Brazilian.
We got Belal Muhammad versus Gilbert Burns, and me and Ryan are disagreeing on this one.
Joseph,
me and Joseph are disagreeing on this one. It's very close, but I'm siding with Belal, man. I feel like Belal puts out high volume, throws a lot of takedowns, gets a lot of takedowns. His takedown defense is insane. Damian Maia was only able to land 1 out of 21 on Belal. And, I mean, that's good, man. If Gilbert can't get him to the ground, and, if it's on the feet the whole time, he's going to have a problem against Belal, I think. He actually struggled against Jorge. And Belal, I think, is way more hungry, and I think he's a lot better than Jorge. So I'm going to go Belal to get this done by decision. He likes the decision wins. And, I mean, this is definitely going to be a decision. These guys are very tough.
Well, Belal's coming off that big knockout to Sean Brady, who was undefeated. His hands looked unreal, love.
Yeah.
They really did. And he's been training with Khabib and the boys. He's very good on the ground. 93% takedown defense.
That's crazy takedown defense.
Crazy good takedown defense. Gilbert's definitely going to struggle to get it to the ground.
Yeah.
And this is like the last chance for Gilbert to get to the title. Yeah, Belal might be more hungry, but when he fought Leon, that eye poke, he quit. Maybe he didn't quit. Maybe his eye really was bothering him. I have never been a fan of Belal. That's why I'm going Gilbert for the pick, but I'm not confident at all. And the odds say it's a coin flip.
And honestly, I don't really like Belal either, but I just feel like he'll get this one, man. I really do.
I'm definitely not betting on it. I usually bet on Gilbert Burns, and I have the last couple times, but just for the sake of the show, I'm going with another Brazilian, and I'm going against Loaf on this one. Give me Gilbert Burns tails.
Ooh.
Give me tails.
Heads. Belal.
Fuck's sakes. Who is Belal? God damn. Last week I did bet on the Looney Luck, and like I said, it was 3 out of 4. I'm not going to switch any. I'll definitely throw some more money on this Looney Luck.
I mean, Belal, if you look at his fight against Stephen Thompson only landed 50 strikes on Belal, and Belal landed 180. And he took down Stephen Thompson 7 out of 9 times, which is really good. I got to go Belal, man. I think his pace is going to be a little bit more.
Yeah, that last fight with Sean Brady, his hands looked phenomenal, and that was a huge win. Yeah, just an incredible last fight for Belal Muhammad. People are going to have to remember his name definitely after this fight.
Especially if he beats Gilbert Burns.
And like you said, this is your underdog of the week. You're 3 in a row, so to be 4 in a row, you're going Belal Muhammad.
Yeah, my underdog of the week. And next up, this is their 4th coin toss.
And your 3rd lock of the week?
And my 3rd lock of the week. I got 3. And me and Joseph both disagree on this one, too. Joseph's got Aljamain Sterling. I have Henry Cejudo. I feel like the double champ comes back and gets this done, man. I mean, this guy has beaten Mighty Mouse before. Demetrius did beat him once as well, but we all know Demetrius is known as one of the greatest of all time, and Henry did beat him. So, I mean, Henry has some notable wins. I feel like he's coming back. He's going to be hungry. He hates Aljamain. So I feel like he'll get this one done. I feel like he'll get that belt back. It'll be a John Jones story. So I'm gonna go Henry Cejudo to get this one done. Most like I'm gonna be risky and go for the KO TKO on this.
You think so?
If Marlon Rice can knock out Aljamain, Henry Cejudo can.
Yeah, I think the knockout's live. Henry has no submission wins. He has 8 decision wins to go with the 8 knockout wins. He knocked out Marlon Rice as well too.
Yeah.
But 3 years away, this is another guy that's been away for a while. You got to wonder if the cardio's still there. No doubt in Aljamain Sterling's cardio. It's really good. And just the only problem is he going to be the better wrestler in this fight, you know?
That's what people don't realize is Henry is also a gold medalist Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, very good wrestler. Aljamain on the feet, little bit underestimated, but Henry Cejudo, I think he hits a little bit harder. And for the sake of the show, I wanted to go against you, but this is another fight. I've been back and forth all week. I'm not willing to bet on this one either. This is another coin flip fight. Jeez, man, I kind of think Cejudo could make the John Jones story come back.
Switching her over, are you?
3 years away. He was a 2-time champ. I think the Triple C might get this done, Loaf. I think one of your locks is going to hit. Because I don't know about the other two. I think Phil Hawes is live. And
we'll see.
Yeah, we're going to see for sure. Let's flip this coin.
I'm gonna go Henry Cejudo tails.
Someone on Twitter said I need to stop going with all the favorites because last week I took all favorites, but that's not always the case with me. Sometimes I get sting with these dogs.
Cejudo tails.
Woo! I'm going Cejudo right now for my pick, but stay tuned for the final.
That's gonna hit. That fourfold is gonna hit. Even if Santos wins, I don't even care. That's a good. Those other 3 are good.
Like I said, I was back and forth on this fight, man. I don't know what to do. I'm probably not willing to bet it, but I'm going to be betting it now on the Looney Luck, the coin flip there.
So the recap for this, letting you know, the Toonie, or I guess we're calling it the Looney Luck.
No, we'll call it Toonie Luck.
The Toonie Luck coin flip is Santos, Drew Dober, Muhammad Usman, and Henry.
Muhammad Usman. What the fuck?
Okay, one sec. The Looney Luck coin flip is
It's the Toonie Luck.
Shut up. Okay.
Okay.
All right, I got it. The Toonie Luck coin flip is
stoned as fuck, boy.
The Toonie Luck coin flip is Daniel Santos, Drew Dober, Belal Muhammad, and Henry Cejudo.
I hope you guys are sparking a blunt to this. Such an entertaining show. We fucking smoked the bong before
Honestly,
the show.
I'm going to bet on this one, and then I'm going to switch Santos with Munoz, because I said 1 last week, and it was right, so I'm going to switch it and bet on that, too.
You're switching Santos.
But I'm going to bet on this. I'm going to bet on this, too, but then I'm going to switch Santos, and then bet it again.
All right.
That's her.
We'll mention it on Friday, too, the post-weigh face-off show. Let's give them the locks and dogs one more time, Loaf. Kick it off with the dog of the week for you. You're three in a row here.
Dog is going to be Belal Muhammad to get this one done.
$2 underdog.
Yeah.
Pretty well coin flip.
Yeah.
Coin agrees, Belal Muhammad. And my underdog of the week, to go 3 in a row. I'm giving you some value. It's $240 on Betway. Braxton Smith. All 5 wins by first round KO. He's going to hit heavy. And like I said, Parker Porter coming off that first round loss to Justin Taffa.
Parker Porter's chinny, too.
He is chinny, man. And he's going to get tested for sure here early against Braxton Smith. I'd bet first round. I'd bet knockout. I'd bet moneyline Braxton Smith. He's going to be paying you some money here in New Jersey. Let's give them the locks. Loaf, we both have 3. First for me, and they're all Brazilian too. We're going 144, Claudio Ribeiro. After that, we're going 155, Rafael, Estevam. And then we're going 166, Marina Rodriguez. All 3 of them hit. I'm going to be back to 3 locks in a row. Yeah, 5 weeks not hitting, man.
And I was going to do 3 Russians, but there's only 2 Russians on the card, and there was no way he said take OV at the end. I'm not taking Zhumagulov or whatever the fuck. But I picked my first lock's going to be Henry Cejudo, $1.85.
Good value, 185.
My second lock's going to be Movsar Volev, 16-0, $1.36. And then my last lock is going to be Ikram Aliskerov, 13-1. He's $1.44.
Yeah, like I said, be careful. Phil Hawes could be live. Hussein Askabov was a lock that missed before, who was 23-0. Let's not forget that. So,
yeah,
sometimes these Russians are a little padded, but this guy has fought Khamzat Chimaev. That was his only loss. If you haven't yet, smash that like button, suplex the subscribe button. Once we hit 500 subscribers, we're going to set up a giveaway bot in Discord and give away $500. Really appreciate the support. We couldn't do it without the awesome forecasters. Let's make some bread, Loaf. Risk it for the biscuit. 3 locks each. I'm ready to go, and stay tuned for the Friday show, post-weigh and face-off show. Sometimes we switch our picks, and we definitely have some bets on there for you. Yeah, let's get to it. We're going to be posting some stuff on Instagram, Twitter, potentially TikTok. Make sure you follow us on all socials. Links in the description below. Thanks for watching.